President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has met a group of farmers from the districts of Ntungamo and Lukomwa at State House Entebbe. The group was led by Minister of Security and Rujumbura County Member of Parliament, Major General Retired Jim Muhwezi, and Peace Lukomwa, the chairperson for Bona Bagagawale Nyekundire Group Limited in Ntungamo District. During the meeting, President Museveni re-emphasized the need to empower individuals with small pieces of land through the adoption of the innovative 4-acre model type of farming. According to the President, this approach directly assists the current parish development model by helping farmers transition from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture, where communities will unlock economic prosperity and subsistence and sustainable livelihood. Furthermore, President Museveni emphasized the importance of unity and cohesion among the national resistance movement supporters to fully capitalize on government programs such as the PDM and Emyoga, urging the attendees to champion these initiatives and disseminate their benefits widely amongst the masses. Prime Minister Robina Nabanja has welcomed a high-level Italian delegation that is in the country as a follow-up of the Mattei Plan. The delegation is led by Stefano Gatti, the Director General for Development Cooperation Italy in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The meeting took place at the VVIP Lounge at Entebbe International Airport this afternoon.
Italian government for this good gesture. And I promise that as a country, or as government of Uganda, we shall make sure that we further this cooperation. And we are committed to working with you for the good of our country.
Bank can support partnerships at the commercial level, but you really need better skills, better organization to do that. And that's the kind of call I am making. Huh? Okay, so would that not give you better local presence in Africa? Because this is the heart of Africa in Uganda.
It is in investing in electricity in our country, and you know Uganda has almost 85% renewable energy. Our energy is fully renewable, almost 90%. So you have the opportunity for that. Once you are here, the kind of markets you can access. You can access East Africa, 300 million people.
Italy has committed also at international level to support our resources. We have a major climate fund that is managed by our Cassa Depositi e Prestiti, our fund, and that fund is available for important resources, but needs to be on projects that have a clear and measurable climate impact.
The Executive Director, Uganda Communications Commission, George William Nyombi Tembo, has resumed office as the 67th African Advanced Level Telecommunications on Institute chairperson for 1 year. The Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, presided over the handover and emphasized the need for digital transformation to enhance research, human capital, and IT literacy enhancement.
The African Advancement Level Telecommunication Institute is an intergovernmental organization established to supplement and spearhead ICT development efforts in sub-Saharan Africa. Uganda, as one of the member states subscribing to this body, seeks to enhance its potential of mobile technologies to uplift people's livelihoods.
We continue to invest in digital literacy so that Ugandans can be able to be compliant and use all these facilities and have basic knowledge on how to use technologies. And these shall not only be limited in urban areas, but also through UCC, there are efforts to train and build the capacity of our local people in various communities on how to use these technologies.
In order to ensure maximum utilization of these technologies, Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, advocates for tax exemption on entries of ICT devices.
The cost of smart devices like smartphones, iPads, laptops is still prohibitive for some sections of society. It's taxation, to waive off a number of taxes in order to bring down the cost, but also we are encouraging technology companies to manufacture and assemble most of these devices within the country.
We are advocating, because as a regulator, again, we partake our advocacy role. We are advocating on behalf of the consumers to convince the government to reduce taxes on smartphones, especially entry-level smartphones.
The newly elected chairman of RALT Governing Council, who doubles as the Executive Director UCC, George William Nyombi Thembo, noted a low penetration of mobile smartphone at only 22%, which he says derails data uptake.
Data uptake is still low because the penetration of the smartphone, for example, in Uganda is only 22%. So when the penetration of the smartphone is still low, the cost will remain high for data.
Director of RALT, William Baraza, fostered the need for research, innovation and development to ensure significant potential in ICT development.
We continue to urge member states to allocate resources and support authority in our quest to become a renowned research institution in ICT in Africa. The recently established Research and Development Department that has shown significant potential in enabling management to turn around the financial performance of the institute.
Irene Faith Nantongo, Mary Namukosi, UBC News.
The Parliamentary Committee on Rules, Discipline and Privileges has engaged more witnesses in the case against Mityana Municipality MP Francis Zake involving allegations of public misconduct and misbehavior. Zake's lead lawyer, Arias Lukomwa, described the evidence presented by the witnesses as non-factual. Zake is accused of demeaning the reputation of a fellow MP, Julie Chinyamatama, while on a function in Rakai district. The case under the hands of Bugweri MP Abdu Katuntu has since faced resistance since both parties have often skipped the committee proceedings.
The Parliamentary Committee on Rules, Privileges and Discipline, led by Abdu Katuntu, is in its final stages of gathering evidences in the case pinning the Mityana Municipality legislator, Francis Zake.
And whether whatever happened there, if ringed on the rules of procedure of Parliament, that is all.
MP Zake lost his position as a member of the Parliamentary Commission amid allegations of misconduct after the year while attending a function in Rakai district demeaned the reputation of the woman MP Rakai district, Julie Chinyamatama.
Now that you retracted the earlier one, which had indicated that as if she is selling her body in Parliament, to change it to as if she is selling herself in Parliament. Intrinsically, what does it mean? The second one, how should we understand it? What do you mean?
The matter moved hill to hill, and the Rules Committee on Thursday morning engaged 3 witnesses who were grilled by Zake's lawyer, Arias Lukomwa.
So is it your evidence that you never paid attention at all to what had been said about the Honorable Chinyamatama after listening to the clip?
My evidence binagoberera byali bikwatako naibwe gyavira wadde ne naibwe gyiti mukolera nga addukanya social media naye yali tannaba kumpa kiddako.
Lawyer Lukomwa failed to come to terms with the evidences presented.
The latest is what we stand for. So how about this one, which is on the Hansard, the record of Parliament, and it's you who brought it?
Chair, I mentioned earlier that the initial translation was retracted, and so we produced this.
Okay. Well, what I would like you to confirm that you made a mistake again to record this, to translate it, that way, to say she's always there as if she's selling her body in Parliament. Do you agree you made a mistake?
Dr. Medat Setanda, a lecturer at Micheal University, was contacted by the clerk to Parliament to assist in the video translation, which pins MP Zake. Setanda says the time and pressure to present results was unfriendly.
You said you got it late evening, you needed to produce the result the following morning, you worked, I presume, throughout the night. Why didn't you take time off as a person in charge of quality assurance to make sure that you produce an accurate record?
Submit a document. Take off your time. We don't want to hear that an institution where you have these doctors, PhDs, say, well, I made a mistake there. Well, no. That doesn't augur well to some of us.
The chair of the committee, Abdul Katuntu, adjourned the session to Thursday. Lydia Chomkama and Gloria Gutavinji, Parliament.
The Alliance for National Transformation has called for a comprehensive forensic and value for money audits on expenditure by Parliament and the Executive. The calls come in after an exhibition with the hashtag Uganda Parliament exhibition that emerged on the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. The party spokesperson Gerard Garanga says that as ANT, they are committed to upholding the principles of accountability and good governance, thus commending the creators of the parliamentary exhibition for their role.
And what bothers us as a people is the impunity with which government officers do things. Institutions of governance have broken down to the extent that whoever goes into an office becomes the institution in that office.
We remain steadfast to work alongside every Ugandan in forging a path towards a more transparent, accountable, and inclusive Uganda. So far, we've made some headway with country-wide engagements as we continue to cultivate values-based leadership and governance.
We need a comprehensive forensic audit and also another value for money audit. So we need comprehensive forensic and value for money audits on the expenditures of Parliament and also the executive.
Let's be cautious as Ugandans before everything that we have as a people is turned into personal property. It's our duty as citizens to stand up and use our power that is given to us by Article 1 of the Constitution and demand for accountability from our leaders. This
The NRM Deputy Secretary General Rose Namayanja has issued a stern warning to party leaders, including ministers and members of parliament, against attempting to manipulate the ongoing 5-day Yellow Book update exercise, which commenced on Wednesday, the 13th of March. Namayanja addressed the media at the party secretariat in Kampala, emphasizing the importance of conducting the update exercise in a transparent and fair manner.
That all materials had reached the villages, the 72,000 villages in the country.
During her address, Namayanja cautioned those intending to interfere with the party's processes, specifically mentioning ministers.
The guidelines stipulate the roles of each and every individual or leader in the chain of command of the party, and that ministers do not have a role to play except where they are members of the party leadership. Where they are members of the party leadership, they are expected to participate in the process and according to the guidelines. So we just want to call upon to the big wigs of the party to follow the guidelines as they are and to avoid interfering with the process.
As the overall coordinator for Greater Kampala and Wakiso during the 5 days exercise, Namayanja later left the secretariat to oversee field operations.
As the district chairman NRM Kampala Central, I'm so happy with the numbers of people here that have come today to register themselves. That already shows you the excitement that people are really yearning to join the NRM. However, my appeal is we need a clean register. Sebo, come down, hello. We need a clean register whereby you can have a clean election. Because our problem in NRM has been very violent elections in primary.
Monitoring the exercise in the Kampala metropolitan area is Hajati Mensa Kavanda, the Minister of Kampala.
As far as I've seen, I'm here in Kagugube. I'm satisfied with what I've seen. People are too many just because it's too hot, so we are going to put a tent so that they can come and wait. But at least this is a very good turnout.
Namayanja also inspected the processes underway in Wakiso district.
Twayikiddwa wano okutereeza enkalala z'amannya. Naye abasinga bali eyo basigaddeyo nga kale balina era ebyokola tetugaanye.
Kayunga polling station ekituleese kwe kuzza okebera amannya mu NRM.
And I have moved in 2 places so far. In Kampala, I found enthusiasm and people registering and coming with their national ID. And I'm right now here in Gombe A to assess the situation. And I found the people come, but in big numbers, and I was able to register some of them.
Hajati Micheal, the chairperson at the office of the national chairman NRM based in Chambugo, is actively involved in these frontline efforts.
You look at the register has over repeated names like 10 times. Huh? How are we going to justify that? And how are you going to convince someone, a voter, someone who has come to check, and you find a blank booklet, a blank register that has no names?
The 5-day exercise, which has kicked off today, Wednesday, 13th March 2024, will see its climax on 17th, that is Sunday, this same month of March 2024. And it is for this case that the NRM party is urging all members and well-wishers to come in big numbers and embrace this exercise, so that by the time NRM rolls out its internal party elections, no one will be left behind. I'm Robert Onyango for UBC News here in Wakiso District.
In another development, still in the NRM, the party Deputy Secretary General Rose Namayanja, on behalf of the party, has witnessed the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the NRM and the incoming LC5 Abim District Rico John De West, who was the second runner-up and independent but NRM leaning in the 2021 general elections. This development comes in after weeks of nullification of the former LC5 chairperson Abim District election by the Supreme Court on technical grounds, thus giving a direct pass to Ariko. Others present at the Secretariat was Honorable Jim Bricky Norman Ochero, area member of Parliament, Labor in Abim District.
So you're most welcome.
We had elections in Abim, all of us, and we had 2 candidates. But unfortunately, one candidate who had won had not resigned in time. You know, the army had their systems. I think he was caught on the wrong side of the law, based on the systems of government, still set by the very government. So we obey the system we put in place. We respect the systems we put in place. So the very system we put in place, I've said no. As a referee, I think you did not come correctly. That one is the one. But like NRM as a large family, even the other one was NRM. He is here not to join NRM, no. He is here to recommit himself to continue progressing the party.
There is no way you cannot work with the NRM party, because the people you are leading, they are actually members of the NRM party. As I go back, because I will be sworn in office on Friday the 15th, I now go back after signing this memorandum of understanding, and we concentrate on developing our district.
Because the law requires that if one is independent, therefore he's independent of any party and independent of each other. But this time around, when we sign a memorandum, that means he officially recommits himself to the party, and he's bound by party positions, and he's bound by the party constitution, and he's ready to implement, in this case, as a chairman LOC5, to implement the NRM manifesto in Abim district. So that's what this memorandum means, and we want to thank you for coming.
The NRM voter or membership registration and update exercise in Dokolo district has been postponed due to the ongoing by-elections in the area to cover the seat of the woman member of parliament that came vacant after the death of the late Cecilia Ogwal.
According to the NRM chairperson for Dokolo District, Beatrice Abang, commencing the exercise today, Wednesday, until the 17th, would have caused confusion among party supporters.
Aware that we lost our woman member of parliament, Honorable Cecilia, may her soul rest in eternal peace. And as we talk now, we are having a by-election which is set for 21st of this month, just a couple of days to come. So for that purpose or reason, the NRM National Electoral Commission Secretariat and the team of the NRM Secretariat, Plot 10 and Plot 13, and the team on the ground here, we resolved that we cannot do these two exercises concurrently because people will not understand.
The NRM General Secretary from Mbarara City, Polly Katwire Kalamuzi, has cautioned those who will miss registration in the NRM Yellow Book that they will not be able to vote for their chosen leaders when the time comes. He notes a promising turnout among those registering and urges others to participate in large numbers. NRM members and leaders in Mbarara City share their thoughts on the ongoing exercise to update and display the NRM register, which commenced today.
NRM Electoral Commission will get the register where, you know, in future or maybe in next year, we shall be electing NRM flag bearers. And it is the same book.
To register with NRM, there is a gap between leaders and Mwananchi. I want that gap. I want to remove that gap. Another thing, the stealing of these NRM flag bearers. Someone who when he won the election, they use money to cheat him. So I don't want that one to happen.
Be registered. Those NRM members. This will help them in the future to cast their votes.
The National Resistance Movement Party Treasurer, Nekesa Barbara Oundo, applauds NRM party members in her village, Busia, and elsewhere in Uganda for embracing the ongoing NRM party register update exercise. After registering, she encouraged party members to participate in large numbers for the update, as those included in the Yellow Book will be added to the National Register for the general elections.
And above. But when we come to a voters register, as the National Secretariat of the NRM, we are going to use the National Members Register to extrapolate the voters by only highlighting those who are ages of 18 and above. Those will be extrapolated, and an NRM members voters register will be formulated or produced. So we want to appeal to our people for us to have a credible exercise, a successful exercise, and a credible register at the end of the day. Let's treat this as an activity where all of us have a role to play.
In Mukono, the exercise to update the NRM party registry began smoothly with participation from party members in most areas. However, some areas experienced low turnout, and in certain instances, members without national identification cards were unable to update their information. Rogers Mulindwa, the officer overseeing the exercise in Mukono, notes a smooth progress but acknowledges challenges, particularly in island areas where efforts are being made to extend the exercise.
Because by the time we brought the registers, I think some members had issues with their water troubles. We have also had issues in Buvuma. They had a challenge with their bank account, the bank account in the Centenary Bank of Jinja. they couldn't access the resources on time. Therefore, the sub-county registrars had to keep waiting at the district headquarters until the following day. We have just dispatched them off this morning.
They registered, but without an ID. I have to follow or to be guided by the particulars on the IDs. Otherwise, if someone doesn't have the ID, I refuse to. The turn-up is a bit okay because
in Hoima district, there was a low turn-up of members of NRM.
At registering members of the party, members are already in the field. Every polling station has a member who is registering members within the village.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the
Osmosis.
the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hustle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Gavumenti ya Uganda wamu n'ekitongole kyayo ekivunaanyizibwa ku bibalo ki Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS bategeeza abantu bonna abakwatibwako okuli abakulira abakozi ba gavumenti ku district, bameeya, ababaka ba president, bakalaani, bakansala, basentebe b'ebyalo, abatuuze n'abasuubuzi bonna okukwatagana n'abakozi ba UBOS abatandisedde okweteekerateekera omulimu gw'okubala abantu n'ebyabwe okw'okubaawo ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 omwezi ogwokutaano 2024 okubala abantu kwakumala ennaku 10 n'ekigendererwa ekyokumanya omuwendo n'ebifo ku tuli bameka, tuliwa, tubeera tutya, tulina ki era wa gye tujja obuweereza. Uganda Bureau of Statistics etandise okuwandiisa amaka mu bibuga 11 okuli Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti ne disitulikiti okuli Kampala, Wakiso ne Mukono. Okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku nnamba z'essimu nooti 755-24-21-28 oba nooti 773-34-21-28. Obubaka buno bukutuusibwako akulira Uganda Bureau of Statistics era avunaanyizibwa ku kubala abantu. Kya mugaso okubalibwa. Census 2024, it matters to be counted.
Any
irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit All Day Confidence.
Hi Fifi, how are you?
I'm fine. Baby, whenever I eat chips and chicken, I feel stomachache, joint pain and body weakness.
My dear, go to MX Nutrition Center and learn the best food for your body. And get treatment according to your blood group.
Are you sure?
Yes.
By the way, do you know your blood group, genotype, and how much you need to exercise? Come to Timex Nutrition Center for professional advice on how to manage your health and immune boosting. At Timex, we treat diseases like diabetes, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, pressure, and many more. For details, find us at our headquarters in Kampala on Nasa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor. We also have a branch in Barara, or call us on 0758 819952 or 0778 288361. Timex, be your own doctor.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, has ordered the return of Muslims to their Kabulistan land, which is known as Jinja Muslim Cemetery, acquired in Jinja Town. The 10-acre piece of land has been in dispute with Muslims in Jinja Town as well as the Jinja Regional Referral Hospital for some time.
In Jinja Town of Kabulistan has been officially resolved following the arrival of the Minister of Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, in Jinja.
They have never given us even a single land. Twagala ku developinga, twagala kuteka umolo, twagala kuteka umuzigiti. We need a headquarter, Muslim headquarter.
Muslims have been fighting with land grabbers for some time since years back. When the minister arrived, he first toured the site.
Nebateka plots 10 fene tujja ne tukayana ne mukyala wondo wanga akyaliwo. Mukyala wondo wana ne tuteka offense. Ne tugamba tojja kutemujja nga beams weziri ze bateka plots 10 nga bagabanye ne mukyala wondo wanga is a beneficiary.
District Qadi of Jinja, Sheikh Adibasoga Ismail, on behalf of the Muslims, informed us that the issue of land grabbing in Jinja has spread to almost every age of Islam, including the one in Bugembe at the main mosque.
The government NRM olw'okufaayo ino eri abantu naddala abasiraamu omulembe guno Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tusaasire ino.
Leaders from Jinja Regional Referral Hospital were given the opportunity to explain. Minister Mayanja immediately declared that 10 acres of land belongs to Muslims and they must use it and develop it.
Wali main hospital wali kiki waliwo manyi bagenda ya malungi ettaka sawa naye omusiraamu yatabeerenga kona kisabwa record eri clear 1927 takalya basiraamu.
The minister also directed the Land Commission to issue a title deed to the land in the name of the Muslims, which has ended the long-standing dispute.
The land is clear, they apply and get a freehold title. Here they already have a minute of the Uganda Land Commission. Therefore, they are just being intimidated. So I've directed that first of all, I've proclaimed the fact that it's the land for the Muslims. Number 2, I've directed that Uganda Land Commission proceed and immediately get out a title for them.
The Deputy Katukiro of Busoga and Chairman UMSC, Dr. Muhammad Lubega, appreciated the minister and pledged for more help in Muslim properties in most of the country.
Given us back this land. And I liked his wording because he said these prime lands that belong to Muslims in many areas have been grabbed or misappropriated.
Mario Nawori and Jamil Sekaja for UBC.
In more news, a section of members of parliament has added their voices to call for the resumption of parliament from a Sunday recess. MPs including Barnabas Tinkasimire of Buyaga West and Theodore Sechikubo of Rwemiyaga County claim that the image of Parliament is being tainted while on a break. This follows the ongoing allegations by the opposition wing that Parliament has been hit by corruption scandals involving top leadership and members of Parliament accordingly. This week, the Director, Communications and Public Affairs of Parliament, Chris Obore, described the allegations as a smear campaign to tarnish the image of Parliament. Obore reiterated that Parliament cannot be run on rumours.
The medical camp took place at Budaka Health Center 4, where patients had access to a range of services including screening, obstetrics and gynecology, and
The opposition wing in Parliament, led by Joel Senyonyi, the leader of opposition, has of recent presented to the media several allegations relating to the unjustified expenditure of taxpayers' money, spearheaded by the top management of Parliament.
We are seeing plenty of money being put on the accounts of staff members. Some work in the office of the Speaker, others different offices, as you have been seeing. It's important that there gets to be an explanation about this money. It's a lot of money. What exactly did it do? How come it's being transmitted through accounts of staff members?
Lop Senyonyi issued an ultimatum of 7 days for the House to resume sittings and respond accordingly to the claims after the Speaker recently adjourned the sittings sine die. On Wednesday, Buyaga West and Rwemiyaga County representatives Barnabas Tinkasimire and Theodore Sechikubo added their voice to the opposition call.
And we are calling on the Speaker, we are calling on the Deputy Speaker, the Clerk, to live up to their calling, to seize the mandate of Parliament as given by this Constitution, to restore Parliament. Parliament is being run down. First of all, by those terrible allegations, which we can't find reasons and answers to. If indeed there is no graft, why doesn't somebody come up and give a statement?
The Director Communications and Public Affairs at Parliament, Chris Obore, this week watered down the allegations as rumours on which the House cannot pronounce itself.
No. So that one is something which should be dismissed. So we are doing things in a structured manner. And when we see it as trash, we can't respond to trash. When there is evidence, facts, we are going to respond to the facts. But they have not given us the facts. So far they are throwing falsehoods.
The MPs landed on a letter addressed by the Prime Minister, Robina Nabanja, to the Speaker of Parliament requesting for more time before the House could resume sittings, citing that cabinet ministers are away to their respective constituencies to monitor government programs. In the letter, the PM requested the Speaker that the MPs also join the ministers to follow up on the government programs.
We ask the executive to only know that they are an arm of government and Parliament is also an arm of government.
Responding to the increasing demand for quality healthcare nationwide, Humanity First Uganda, through its Global Health Program, has organized the 3-day medical camp in Budaka district, located in the eastern region of Uganda. The camp provided medical services to over 1,000 patients.
The medical camp took place at Budaka Health Center 4, where patients had access to a range of services including screening, obstetrics and gynecology, and dental care, among others.
Fantastic experience. Uganda is great. So I urge all our brothers who are working in the healthcare professional fields and sisters to come and join us and support Uganda.
They are lacking the basic treatments, basic dental treatments necessary for someone's dental health. So with Humanity First, we have provided services, dental services, including emergency dental extractions, dental conservations, and minor surgeries, plus some root canals.
Over 100 volunteers actively participated in service delivery, including 6 medical practitioners from the United Kingdom and 7 local doctors representing various medical specialties.
Only that the days wasn't enough, because when you look at our numbers, people were still around and the majority missed. So we are requesting, if there is another chance, they should also again come back and they serve our community. But I think we are going to use this data as a district to make a decision making, because it was good and we have captured all diagnoses. And what I should also promise to Humanity First, we are going to share this data so that we see what next we can also plan to our patient and to our district.
Alhamdulillah, we were able to see 280 patients in 3 days, and most of them needed extractions, teeth taken out. A lot of them had fillings done. We had 3 chairs that were doing fillings, and we also did a couple of root canal treatments, and quite a few patients also had cleaning done, which is called scaling. So all in all, very productive, very blessed trip, very gratefully received by the local people. We were humbled by the hospitality shown by the local Humanity First team in Uganda.
Humanity First is a non-profit organization dedicated to assisting underprivileged communities. Its diverse programs encompass global health initiatives, community care, gift of sight, orphan support, and water provision. As part of its mission, Humanity First conducts at least 1 medical camp annually, offering free healthcare services to patients in different areas. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
A 2-year-old Nachiberu Harriet is battling heart disease, which requires urgent surgery to save her life. Namlemete Opista and Ndiwalana Stanley, both residents of Nakawomeka village in Luwero district, say that their baby has not experienced any normal childhood ever since she turned 1 year. They seek financial support of 35 million Uganda shillings to enable doctors at Mulago Heart Institute carry out a surgery on the child.
The reason why I've come here, I'm looking for assistance. We gave birth to a baby girl, but he has been suffering almost since childhood. We gave birth at the Bamgold Health Center, and she stayed there for some 2 weeks. After, she began crying tirelessly, even including nights. We took her to Kamira Health Center, and then they referred us to Kasana Hospital, where they tried to carry out scans within the abdomen. They kept on giving us some medicine. All that time, things failed. After failing, we tried to go to Chiwoko. That's where they tried to carry out X-ray, and then they discovered that the heart has swollen. The doctor referred us to Mulago Heart Institute. That's where they discovered that the child has a wound on the heart, and the vessels, they sometimes narrows and it fails to transport blood. The doctor advised us to carry out surgery, but the only advice they could give us is to go for surgery. But the money they asked us, it was too much. They asked us 35 million to carry out surgery, of which I cannot raise it. So I'm here asking for assistance. I call upon Dr. John Ruth Acheng, Mama Atwine, Diana, to assist me, the baby, so that the baby's health is restored.
Philanthropists should come out to help baby Harriet. Meanwhile, the OCCID Nakunda Stella of Namutumba District Station has been brought before the courts of law by 2 court process servers working with Iganga High Court. The case filed at Iganga Magistrates Court alleges that OCCID Nakunda Stella violated and infringed upon the rights of the two individuals by detaining them for the entire day after they reported a case against, after them reporting a case, they were again detained for a whole day.
It began on 14th December 2023 in Iganga district when Kasola Mike and Mwesugwa Richard, both court process servers working at Iganga High Court, attempted to serve Logose Sulaina in a land case. According to the court records, during the process of effecting service to Logose Sulaina, they were assaulted by her, prompting them to seek assistance at Namutumba police station by filing a complaint. It's alleged that while at Namutumba police station reporting the case against Logose Sulaina, they were detained on the orders of OCCID Nankunda Stella from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's also alleged that OCCID Nankunda Stella impounded their work motorcycle, leaving them with no means to escape. In response, Kasuli Mike and Mwesugwa Richard have filed a suit against OCCID Nankunda Stella at Iganga Magistrates Court for violating and infringing on their rights.
There was no reason she adduced, and actually it's what is contained in the averments in the matter in court. She just told them, I am the OCCID, me Nakunda Stella, we are the people in power. I will put whatever charges I want against you. Don't tell me that nonsense that your court process servers.
The two seek a declaration from the court that Nankunda's actions were illegal, a compensation of 40 million, and an order from court to dismiss her from the Uganda police force.
Now, owing to the fact that their right to liberty was violated and the right to practice their profession, we decided to move court and enforce these clients' right to practice their profession and liberty that were violated owing to the inconvenience and mental anguish that was occasioned to our clients without any just cause.
Lawyer Kalari also explained to UBC why this time round the applicants have not filed the case against the Attorney General, but against Nankunda herself as a police officer.
These are acts of impunity committed by a particular individual who should answer them personally. The Attorney General came out and even issued a directive. You remember even the former IGP Okoth Oshola warned the police officers that the moment you perform any violations, you will be taken on personally. So we are not interested in taking on the Attorney General because we believe the acts that she committed were not in any way related to the work she's supposed to execute pursuant to the mandate or her recruitment as a police officer.
OCCID Namutumba Police Station Nankunda Stella is expected to appear at Iganga Magistrates Court on 28th March 2024. Deborah Namamode, UBC News.
Ministry of ICT and National Guidance in Uganda is actively promoting innovation and economic growth through the facilitation and adoption of information technology innovations nationwide. An expert review engagement of these guidelines has been organized by the ministry to enhance the management and protection of intellectual property within Uganda's ICT sector. The objective is to tailor these guidelines to the specific needs of Uganda's context, contributing to the country's socio-economic development and global competitiveness.
Comprehensive ICT intellectual property guidelines have been developed by the ministry to support innovators within both the university and private sectors. These guidelines are crucial for promoting innovation, creativity, and economic growth in Uganda by safeguarding the rights of innovators and creating an environment conducive to knowledge sharing. Professor Eli Katunguka from Chambogo University emphasizes that this initiative is long overdue, citing numerous innovations that have failed due to lack of protection.
Visitation from many universities in Germany, in America, when they come and look at the system, they cannot believe it was developed by people in Uganda. It is the entire Ugandan developed system. And that's what I was talking to the people in ICT and thanking them for developing local capacity to develop these systems. With the capacity we have now, the country will save a lot of money from the money that they would spend when importing these expensive IT systems.
government support for local applications and innovations was limited, often leaving young graduates and skilled locals to support imported ICT solutions. However, the government has begun investing in indigenous technology development, enacting laws to protect innovators and support initiatives like the National ICT Initiative Support Program. Intellectual property rights play a crucial role in ensuring the success of such initiatives, and the National Intellectual Property Policy, passed in 2019, aims to facilitate innovations, productivity, competitiveness, and technology transfer and development in Uganda's economy. Innovators believe this will reignite creativity and increase the number of innovations in the country.
Critical that as a country we are prepared to protect what we create. A lot of our young innovators are in place in the labs, in universities and innovation hubs, trying to put together, trying to innovate. And if we don't, it's a loss as a country. Country Uganda is doing relatively well in terms of intellectual property. We have numbers of patents and utility models growing year on year. And these guidelines will be another way of us growing that level of protection.
Ebiseera by'okuzzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *185*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
Tekero pupokisi. Ministry la ngaleo. Ngisa kapa kinai kise kato. Neja asidu ekere. Lue kare diopet. Kede ngunlu ikara kaisa kanyape lu Apollo. Kanwai warikesi koto mamusu uja. Loidoso ikina konye. Arebonati yellow fever. Ai kisio ne kato. Nesideja ikino district na kaisa kanyanuuni. Agori ikino Uganda. Kwapenat. Kampala, Buganda, Teso, Ankole kede Karamoja, ai kisio ne kato, erai na titai, ido iduma kinijo, adeki shanu apugan, agori kino Uganda nweli moritai, ai kisio ne kato, ngese jaikin, aare, kito na kanyauni, olapalo iwongonet, okarlo iluku miara kaisaran wongon, ekatolo, ngese yuara, iswamai, mamuda itatachojo adi pesan, itigogo ngiterio ngetela ngale wakwa pukere, World Health Organization, kede Ministry la ngaleo, ai sirare tena, ngese yanga Tije Ministry la ngaleo kedaga ngatanelo munisiko gavi.
The 7th Uganda Water and Environment Week will take place from the 18th to the 22nd of March 2024 under the theme Rethinking Collective Action and Innovative Solutions to Water, Environment and Climate Change Crisis in Uganda at the Ministry of Water and Environment Headquarters in Luzira, Kampala. As part of the week, key sector international days, that is the World Water Day, International Forestry Day and the World Meteorological Day are commemorated. Various events such as panel discussions, site events, paper presentations and exhibitions will be organized for the sustainable ecosystem and the development of Uganda by different stakeholders on water and environment issues. Uganda Water and Environment Week 2024 is organized by the Ministry of Water and Environment through the Water Resources Institute with support from development partners. The week will be opened by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Thomas Tayewa. For more information, visit our website at www.mwe.go.ug.
UBC News Tonight. In a society where children are increasingly exposed to information via the internet, parents are revisiting methods of maintaining cultural norms and values among the younger generation. The Baby and Kids Expo stands as one of the ventures aimed at attracting the best for children's well-being.
In a move towards nurturing the future children with appropriate morals and standards, Kampala is set to host the second edition of the Baby and Kids Expo from May 10th to 12th at the Uma Showgrounds in Lugogo. Organized by Kiara Events, the expo promises to be a beacon of inspiration for children's health, skills, learning and parenting.
You look at the different components of child well-being. We have issues pertaining to the child's health. what we call child survival and health. Then education. How do we bring up a child right from the family as a basis of development?
Joeria Nabuma, Managing Director of Care Events, emphasizes efforts put together to ensure families are presented with resources and expertise in child care and development.
So this is an event for networking and collaboration. But it's also an event, as we've said, of learning from different experts in terms of raising, mentoring, and growing babies. But not only babies, but children as well.
Offering a wide range of activities, knowledge-sharing sessions, and access to services and product designed to improve child's lives, the Baby and Kids Expo has been a journey. From talent shows to counseling sessions, the Expo is one-stop center for nurturing talent and health practices.
As you will see from the panel that we have here, we have those who specialize in mental health, we have those who specialize in counseling. So all this learning and education will be available at the Baby and Kids Expo.
Traders have also been catered for, with a valuable opportunity to explore new business ventures, forge partnerships, and tap into new markets, with the benefit of making one-site sales to a diverse crowd from across the region.
We all know that expos are a good way of marketing, but also a good way of linking with partners within the country and even beyond the country.
The Baby and Kids Expo stands as a statement of well-being and development of the youngsters, promising learning, play, and a memorable experience for all.
Week 7 of the Buganda Gombolola Cup competitions has completed with games in 10 counties, including Buvuma, Buwekula, Butambala, Chagwe, and Kabula.
Mwanga Group in the Budu Pokeno Cup is complete with the round of 16 scheduled for next Sunday at St. Henry's College, Kitovu. The day will see action for Bukula, Butenga, Bigasa, Chamulibwa, Kakuto, Lwengo, Kalisizo, Chitanda, Kasali, Buunga, Katwe, Lwankoni, Kasasa, Chiseka, Kingo, and Bukakata.
Ebibala bingi nnyo ebiri mu mupiira guno. Ekisooka ng'abavubuka twongedde okumanyagana n'okwesitula ate era n'okwongera okuzuula nti ddala tusobola.
Buganda Kingdom's Sports Minister Robert Serwanga Salongo was in Gomba and watched the 1-1 draw between Mumyuka Mpenja and Chegonza.
We started in January, but our goal is that we are going to register up to 4,375 players at this level. And amongst the 4,375, we are going to screen those who are going to go into other tournaments.
He also visited youth undertaking economic projects, on top of swearing in the new county youth leaders.
So as a ministry, in our year plan, we are targeting all the youths in Buganda who have a skill to be given a platform and an opportunity to flourish in their field of excellence.
Busuju County started its competition whose opening ceremony was graced by the county chief, Oweekitiibwa Mark Kaberenge.
Tuwana kisawe kya Ssaabagabo Kakindu mu nteekateeka Ssaabasajja Kabaka gye yasima ebeerewo nti empiira gy'amasaza mulundi guno tandike ku level y'amagombolola ate okubeddera ku miruka.
In Buvuma, Sabado Busamizi and Musale Seja ended goalless, while in single 5 games were played with Kikandwa, Muwanga, Ntwetwe, Kapeke, Kiganda and Mianzi entering the quarterfinals. Week 8 will see the counties of Sese and Kabula host their openers to bring the tally of counties that have witnessed action to 16.
And that brings us to the end of all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching from wherever you are. My name is Micheal, Jordan Lukomwa, Elizabeth Nyaka and the whole team. Wish you the best. Good evening.
The Office of the President of Uganda announces the death of retired Lieutenant Colonel Alitema Pius Dradu, who passed away on Friday 8th March 2024. Tomorrow, Thursday 14th March 2024, in Zombo District Local Government, there will be a special sitting at 9 a.m. Thereafter, a Holy Mass at Zombo Catholic Parish starting at 11 a.m. On Friday 15th March 2024, there will be a special council sitting in Maracha District Local Government starting at 9 a.m. and thereafter the body leaves the district for home. On Saturday 16th March 2024, there will be a burial mass at his ancestral home in Kijomora Village, Pabora Parish, Maracha District starting at 10 a.m. Informed are His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Minister for Presidency, Permanent Secretary, Office of the President, Management and Staff, Office of the President, RDCs and RCCs, relatives, friends and in-laws. May his soul rest in peace.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
March is the month of film magic as the Uganda Communications Commission brings you the regional film competition. Experience the excitement across Uganda. Northern region in Moroto from the 4th to the 8th of March. Eastern region in Jinja from the 11th to the 15th of March. Central region in Mityana from the 18th to the 22nd of March. Western region in Kasese from the 24th to the 27th of March. Come and watch some of the best films made